mwenye yalula shuna keumbo okuwaja inokane na mushimba kadona ndali dimshi adireko mkunda eri hambo ihishiti aliko mwashipanteka umatiriko kwa pita tatu mwako politeka eno mikaro atekulwa marofenduko ya kaka kadona tangwangwana ukadona vumbwiti Kavayolo mzalo wa eva titale nyoka kweri nayo kwa halo kusaka kwa halo face beat kwa hala moklaba halo ka weave noka iPhone 9 nayo kwa lo links for moka GTI tastopoku yake lecture akulunu tabatenge ndo nambo ya shenja ovenduka kaino ngenda don't forget who you are on timi na ushenja Gaini mata yende nawa inotimba okuwaja inokane mushimba ongala mwenye yalula shuna keumbo okuwaja inokane mushimba
ashipalote mukulu kidamu kale mwanjunguka kanibala tati pashuke ni pentuke ni shirongo shinembwa tatiwete Kewa hala kutaloha mpata kutilo ngafo mupika Kewa hala kutaloha mpata kutilo ngafo mupika
So you take the high road and I'll take the low road and I'll be home before you wherever you are. Don't forget where you come from. Don't lose your soul. Gaini mata yende nawa inotimba okuwaja inokane na mushimba ongala mwenye yalula shuna keumbo okuwaja inokane na mushimba Gaini mata yende nawa inotimba okuwaja inokane na mushimba
That's right, this one is fresh out the studio, Mr. Cannibal featuring Jackson Wahengo. Inokana, don't get lost. Good morning, 19 minutes past 8 rather, on this Monday morning. Morota de Nebala.
Wapenduka?
No, wapenduka.
No.
Yeah. Weekend,
Nah.
No, weekend.
Nah.
It's actually not so cold this morning compared to Friday, Thursday,
yeah.
Friday, even Saturday.
Because that's why
I would check it.
I took off my jacket because it actually feels okay.
It feels much better.
Should be warming up during the day. Good morning, everybody out there, all of Namibia, the world out there.
Yes, moro. I hope you guys had a proper weekend. Maria's going to be joining us shortly. Before she does, let's just quickly talk sports.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
That's no rechte sports terug, Moses. It's meer net Bundesliga nie.
Lekker.
Did you watch any games this weekend?
Saturday night I got a glimpse of the Barcelona game.
Barcelona-Mallorca, yeah.
Who they played against?
Mallorca,
yeah. That was an away game. Funny how the audience, the perceived crowd out there, but they did a brilliant job, with the audio and everything,
yes,
to give you that ambience that it's actually that there is an audience or there is a crowd. So, but Barcelona running away with a 4-0
victory, yes.
4-0 victory.
Yeah. It was interesting. No major surprises in La Liga. They returned on Thursday. Atletico drew against Athletic Club Bilbao. They drew 1-1. Diego Costa is also back for them. He's been out for quite some time as well. Luis Suarez returned for Barca as well. Madrid also won their game at home against Eibar last night.
I think it was 2-1 or something. I'm not too sure.
3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
Like that first half performance was scary.
Yeah.
From Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But then of course it seemed like they took their foot off the gas in the second half. But it's going to be interesting. I thought there were going to be maybe more injuries, muscle strains, and the games were not going to be so intensive as the guys are just coming back from a long layoff. But it was some pretty good football.
Premier League starting this weekend.
Starting this weekend as well.
Is it not on Wednesday?
It's
this Wednesday.
Yes, it's some point during this week, yes. En teen wie speel julle?
Woo, Mukurwanje. Arsenal first game against Man City.
Away.
Away.
So you're only going to watch from the second game?
Yeah, I'll watch from the second game.
Yeah.
But I hope the Premier League, in terms of the ambience and crowd, they do the same thing as La Liga.
Yes, of course. I think that has become now the trademark.
Marianne, she's out of shot. She stands there like a naughty little girl waiting for us to finish our sport. We got one more sporting item.
Come sit away.
Wil jy nie by ons kom sit nie?
We missed you. Did you watch any rugby? Rugby, I understand, is also back.
Yeah, New Zealand rugby is back in full swing.
With the fans, I understand.
With the fans.
Wow.
Obviously, New Zealand is the one country that I know of that has 0 coronavirus cases at the moment. So they basically opened up on all aspects of life, including rugby, which is obviously the lifeblood of New Zealanders. So there were 2 games over the weekend. The Waikato Chiefs played against the Otago Highlanders. Otago won there, I think, with a point. And then we had the Auckland Blues play the Wellington Hurricanes. Auckland Blues walked away with a victory there. So for the mere sake that we have rugby, I'm just happy. Hey!
And then?
I'm just acknowledging. That's all.
Hold on, I want to get involved in this. Morning, man.
Morning.
So what is that?
No.
Huh?
I'll tell you off.
Wait, what is going on, guys?
No. You know, when Maria sat down here, there's just an avalanche of fragrance.
Oh, a fragrance.
Fragrance.
The aroma.
Yeah, that's just it to me. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking.
How was your weekend, Maria?
Was relaxed.
Right, what'd you get up to?
Nothing, just relaxed.
Okay. Okay, ek sien. Maandag sal 'n bietjie blou wees vandag.
It's gonna be a blue Monday, Maria.
No.
And also we welcome you guys who are joining the stream on Informanté's Facebook page. You can share it also to your people and we get more people involved.
I was like this morning, guys, and I was like 4:30 this morning, I was like, you know what? I feel lethargic. I'm tired. Okay, the worst thing that I can do now is if I don't get up and do my morning run. Get your ass up and go and do some exercise.
And go do some running.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to get up.
At least it wasn't so cold this morning, so
the
it was more
weekend
bearable.
was freezing, though.
Yeah.
Weekend was freezing.
Oh yeah, no, the weekend was terrible, but yeah, I think today's a bit better, right?
Funny enough, even on Saturday, Okanja was not so cold.
Oh, no, Saturday was still cold.
Okanja was quite warm compared to Windhoek.
But I think we did a story. I think it's gonna again sometime this week. It's gonna get very, very cold.
There's another cold front coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's winter, so what can you expect?
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, you love it because you have a lot of warm clothes, ne?
I was posting this on Friday night, guys. And I was asking some of my friends on WhatsApp. It's a Owens. How did we manage? No, I asked you guys the same question on Friday night.
On the group, yes.
How did we manage when we were younger to walk from Katutura on a Friday night, 10 o'clock at night, to Komasdal,
To do what?
to the club?
You guys walked?
Yeah, we walked.
No, if you said you were going to look for things, you will.
Yeah.
There's always determination in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
In this winter, I mean, in the late 80s, you would walk.
Okay, so what do you do when you get a girl and you don't even have wheels? Do you guys walk back together?
The cherries, they understood.
Okay, so you guys walked back together.
We walked back together.
Wait to your mother's house.
Why are you asking this many questions? Maria's busy poking holes in your theory.
Yes, thank you.
Just know that we walked.
Sometimes like you just wanted to go
Yeah, just for company.
Yeah,
to see people and
have a little conversation. You weren't even gonna leave with the person necessarily, ma.
Club thriller.
Jay stops on to.
Stop.
But as you're squatters, it's always better. Then you guys walk making noise the whole way. So, is that herd protection.
Because what normally would happen is like those years when Club Thriller was still open. Now it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
It had a bad rap, right? Club Thriller.
No, it didn't have a bad rap.
Really?
No.
Hulle het al ewig mekaar gemoer en gesteek.
Yeah, that's how we used to hear about Club Thriller. Like lots of fights, lots of stabbing, lots of those type of. Are you really going to deny it?
That's fake news.
It's not fake
Come
news.
on, I do feel that at any given club, whether it was Club Thriller or
but specifically
Ladidas or whatever, there would be a scuffle.
Yes, but it was notoriously known for that.
Nah.
Thriller en wat is die ander plek? Pamotsi is in dieselfde kamos. Same WhatsApp group.
I used to go to Thriller quite a lot between say 88 and maybe say 93, but I think
but I'm talking about Brian, me and you are not the same age.
I think Neville
maybe after I left Maria.
After, yes.
Neville's crew were the ones who were doing the beating and stabbing. That's why he does not see anything wrong with it.
At least 10 years later, 2003, 2004.
Oh,
that was the rap.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
like
okay.
I remember even when I would come to Windhoek and I mean we've heard like it's just like you don't go to Thriller.
Chakos gaan Thriller to high.
Not if you want to come back alive.
Are you going with people who live in that neighborhood?
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't go.
Yeah, basically.
Because Dollam is like in close proximity to Club Thriller, and if you walk down that area, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Then, like you say, you guys need to be a squad to make sure that you're safe.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
On me. All right. Getting to the happenings of this weekend. I think Friday when I was streaming. Friday when I was streaming Kofi and Tatananas, right? So they were joking about how during the week we tend to be quiet, and then all of a sudden on Saturday there's a case or two, and on Sunday there's a case or two. It seems to have become the trend over the past couple of weeks or so, and of course this weekend did not disappoint. There was a new case that was reported, I think Saturday morning, case number 32, a 31-year-old lady with no travel history. Ooh. She's a prison warden, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, prison warden.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Walfish Bay. Bovi.
Yeah. Guys, do we realistically see Walfish Bay coming down, coming out of the hard lockdown anytime soon?
Julle twee het mos vir my gesê, no, you know what, it's fine. Give Walfish Bay another week, and another week, and another week. So
yeah, they have to work towards a goal.
Yes.
Otherwise, there will be disruption, and they'll be like, don't worry, we'll slow down a day before the lockdown is supposed to be lifted. Because that's a Walfish Bay mentality. So they have to work towards something. Is it going to improve? Look, I think to say if it's going to improve or not is as good as if it's community.
Yeah.
If its residents want it to improve, that means taking very strict safety measures.
Yeah.
Wearing your mask and all the stuff that you have to do when you're in public and so forth, to minimize contact. But also, I think with more, I get it. I get a feeling, and I'm not there, so I'm not really there to see the atmosphere. I can only imagine what it's like. But I imagine that it's probably more strict over there currently than, say, in Windhoek. Meaning, if you're at a restaurant, you have to have okay, they don't have restaurants now. Now I have to think of another scenario. If you're jogging...
But Swakopmundo is also included because it's the whole Erongo.
When I talk about, in this case, I'm really talking about the Erongo region, but more specifically...
Walfish Bay.
So I think, like, for example, if you're jogging, they make sure that really it's not in groups of more than 3. there's social distancing being exercised, that you are wearing your mask and so forth. In the townships as well. In my head, that's how it looks like. But also, it could just be one big party and nobody cares.
I saw like a couple of residents from the coast complaining, like on social media, that people are not adhering, people are not staying at home. In some areas, when you're traveling, it almost feels like business as usual.
I was speaking to my...
But even here in Windhoek, let's be very clear.
Yeah. But in Windhoek, it's basically business as usual.
No, it really is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it is.
Except for the clubs that are not open.
Yeah, and I think the minimizing of a number of people, that obviously has changed. But otherwise, even this whole thing about you can only sit at a restaurant if you book and so forth. People are walking straight into restaurants.
No, come on.
With no booking.
We're just going to walk
obviously,
in
if it's full, they'll tell you. They'd rather just reject you there at the door and say sorry.
Yeah.
But if they're sitting with 10 customers, they're not gonna be like,
you didn't book.
Mrs. Zelega, we see your name is not on the red. No, you're going to take your seat and eat.
And, even with Kaupi, I was having the conversation about the mask, right? You see, they're not gonna let you into the shops unless you have a mask. But they only check your mask at the door. And basically, as soon as I walk past security, I pull off my mask. And you look inside the shop, nobody's really wearing their mask properly. So what is the point then? Then I might as well just walk in without a mask. It's the same difference. You get even to the counter, and the lady's wearing her mask here or only over the mouth, or, so... We are kidding ourselves.
But it then begs the question: who's supposed to implement these rules? You understand? Isn't it? I think it's at this point. And I was telling you guys, for example, how China. I know there was a second wave, but like the first time, the reason they were able to really fight Corona and bring down numbers and effectively fight is because it was understood to be a civic duty.
Yeah.
Being in isolation or that was a civic duty. Wearing your mask is a civic duty.
Yes.
So if everybody understood it from that perspective, we would even hold each other more accountable. So if I'm in a shop and Neville's not wearing a mask, I'll be like, excuse you, sorry,
take your mask around.
Put your mask on. We kind of become the ears and the eyes of the state because of the civic duty that is on each individual. But it's not being treated like that, because it's like, if Neville's not wearing his mask, I don't have to wear my mask. And you said in studio as well, if the president's not wearing his mask, I don't have to wear my mask. We're not taking it as a civic duty, as an individual responsibility.
I was trying to draw some money about 2 weeks ago down at Vurman in Van Heda, very close to where you stay.
I see,
And I was standing in this queue, and the security guard was adamant. He said, "You will not draw money if you don't have a mask." So we're standing there like, you know what, we're outside. I don't care. If you don't have a mask, you don't draw any money. So it seems like, obviously there are certain individuals or certain authorities that will at least make sure, even though that was a little bit misplaced discipline for me, but they're trying to enforce that. So
you need to go a step further and maybe advise people on how to wear the masks properly. But then also, ons is almal groot daaroor. Hoekom moet ons nog gesê word net trek jou masker ordentlik aan? Because I saw it's almost like what is this? Speed traps. You will drive 200 the whole way until you see the police, and then you come down to 120. So you'll be walking around without the mask until you see some authority figure, then you set them go up.
It's like a seatbelt.
Yes.
How people...
It's one of those things.
Seatbelt is ultimately for your own safety.
But who are you
find
fooling?
People, okay, now I see a traffic officer, I'm going to put on my seatbelt.
Quickly,
And as soon as the traffic officer car is behind you,
I take it off.
Come on. It's the most silliest reasoning, but anyway.
You see, guys, if there's one thing that concerns me at the moment is, Maria Cubis, there are people within our society, and I have to say, a lot of my white friends out there who feel nothing for this virus in terms of safety, in terms of the seriousness of this. A lot of people say, I tell you, a lot of white people tell me this is a conspiracy, this is a global conspiracy, this thing does not exist. We must stop giving this thing life because it's not really what it is. People just seem to be completely oblivious of exactly what the devastating effects is of this virus. We do understand what this is doing to the economy, etc., etc. But if you hear the disdain that people talk about the measures that governments put in place to try and keep people safe, people just have just.
But do you blame us? I mean, really, realistically, what is our number now in active cases? I mean, I've lost count. But
we had like total infections. We had 32. I'm not sure how many of them are active.
I think I would have to check.
I think 3 million worldwide.
Okay, but I'm speaking specifically in Namibia. It's still a very small number. It's very.
No, it's true.
It's a very insignificant number, even for a country with a population like 2.5. So. For me, it's not so much that there's conspiracy. I mean, it's just the seriousness of this pandemic is right now. For us, it's almost feeling like it won't happen to you or it can't happen to you. Yeah. And it's not really happening. So, of course, and I understand a lot of times, I mean, to come sit here and pretend that I've been a model citizen.
Yes.
as far as COVID-19 is concerned.
Good point there. Can I ask you guys something
on
that? And I keep on forgetting to ask you guys. With your conduct up until now, in terms of your daily activities, what you do, what you don't do, what you do,
I would have gotten it.
Oh, okay.
I would have gotten it.
I would have gotten it also.
Yeah.
I would have probably been reinfected a couple of times. Got it, get over it, get it again, get over it, get it. Like the Romanian couple.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we have everybody, like I don't think anybody's really been a model citizen.
Yeah.
And understandably, because it's not, it's like something that's here, but it's not really here.
We're not really seeing the seriousness, especially in our own community. Yes. You see all these things happening around the world, but then you look at Namibia and...
Exactly, and then obviously the fact that we have 0 deaths as well, it hasn't really hit us like that. I think there's some, like, you know, like something that draws you to reality, like a harsh knock, right? Yeah. In death. But because it's like nobody's died, even the guy that was in ICU is improving. Okay, Namibia. I mean, it's the land of the brave.
Now you're even perpetuating this.
No, I'm not saying it's correct. I'm kind of just trying to get you into the mind of the people. But obviously, if those infection rates become very high, once it's in our community and people around us, and you have a friend that you say, "Can I come over?" She says, "Oh, guys, so sorry, we're currently in lockdown," and you're like, "Oh, but I saw you 3 days ago." Now, probably I have it now. Yeah. I have to be. And we just know people around us that are being infected. If that becomes once it starts hitting close to home, you will have a new reality and a new perspective on this. But for now, of course, we're going to be very nonchalant about it.
Which is irresponsible.
Of course.
I think
we're very nonchalant about it.
We have kept our numbers as low as they are because of the measures that were put in place. So, sort of lamenting the government for doing what they did. I mean, it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, mandah.
Oh, mandah.
Because if we had not gone through those the whole stages that we went through, and then we actually got hit with a large wave of the virus, then everybody would have been looking at the government, at the president, and saying, "Yeah, but why didn't you go into lockdown? Or why didn't you close the country?" So, I think people who are complaining mostly want government to serve their personal needs, not the collective needs of the population. So, kom ons lees 'n bietjie comments, man. Maybe that's gonna wake me up. Yes, I feel like going back home.
It's really a blue Monday for
this
you.
thing's there. My boss is telling me maybe you should just start working over the weekends as well, because you seem more tired on Mondays than you are even during the week. People will die. Simon Amushira, no one has died like HIV.
Right.
Okay. Lupin Dilimeke Gabas. I think schools in Walvis should just remain closed for the rest of the year. It is a sentiment that is out there. Of course, we need to figure out then what happens to those kids come next year. Simon Amushira is saying in the UK we have more than 40,000 deaths already.
No, but the UK apparently is just being reckless right now. So,
and then Joseph.
So, Black Lives Matter movements. Me Too, Black Lives Matters, demonstrating. Yeah.
Makwa van Makwa. I'm not schools reopens in Walfish Bay anytime soon, or maybe I don't think I wanted to say, but I don't know how the government will run schools in some regions while children of a Rongo region will be staying at home. Yes, how are you gonna consolidate all this come the end of the year or come next year when these people have to move to the next grade? But anyway, same applies in Kleine Cooper, Namibia, not London only. You have to wear a mask in all public places until you reach your destination. Alame Konjashili Timoteus, yes, I saw that, Oh, I know what they're talking about. They're talking about Tuva Wolf Vogue magazine.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, so let's shout it out quickly.
Because you see, I had 2 glasses of wine by the time I saw that, so I didn't know what to ask you. So I thought I need to ask you today. Just quickly, just explain that.
All right. You know what Vogue magazine is?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Let's start there.
I don't have too much explaining to do. Okay. Well, it's really the biggest fashion magazine in the world. Has been in like 157 years. So if you've made it in Vogue, you've kind of made it in life, as the saying goes. But anyway, last week, Black creatives started something called the Vogue Challenge because it was found, the current editor-in-chief is Anne Wintour, and in the magazine's 157 years history, it's never had a cover that was photographed by a black photographer. Actually, only one last year. It was Tyler Mitchell. He's a black photographer, very young. I think he was 22. Hired by Beyonce. He shot Beyonce for the cover of Vogue. So in the history of the magazine's 157 years, they've only ever had a cover that's shot by a black photographer once. Okay, so it kind of started this Vogue challenge on social media, specifically Twitter, where black creatives were showing their work under this hashtag Vogue challenge to kind of show that, look, our work is worthy of
equally,
if not
quality,
better sometimes, because it's very different. And so this Vogue challenge started, and I mean there were I'm talking about tens and thousands of contributions to the hashtag, black creatives all over the world. So Vogue, when I say Vogue, there's lots of Vogue. There's Vogue Italia, there's Vogue Australia, Vogue Russia. When I say Vogue, I'm talking about Vogue US. It's the Vogue. Okay?
The original.
The original.
Yeah.
So Vogue then did a piece on the Vogue challenge and selected, I think it was 8.
I think 4 on top one.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yes.
About 4 photographers picking the covers that they liked, and I got picked with 2 of my photographs. So I mean, to be picked out of just tens of thousands
of people
people's work, who I thought was really inspirational. I mean, people had really good content, and then to feature and to have your name written, and I mean, you featured on Vogue it's huge, and
it's huge.
Yeah.
As a fashion photographer, well, are you like a creative photographer or fashion photographer?
I mean, I'm a creative.
Yeah.
But I specialize in fashion photography. But obviously, this is not all I shoot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't just shoot fashion. But yes, it's what I specialize in.
Okay. And how much do you cost?
Take on me because
I did say. I have a sugar.
No, I'm actually very affordable.
I have a sugar mommy. Don't worry about me.
But once that Vogue feature goes into my bio, the prices might increase. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, but it was really good. So after I featured, I had big station. I mean, ABC called me, reached out to me from the States. They wanted me. I was on Good Morning America.
Oh, up, man, Maria.
Yeah.
So there's no.
You guys don't understand the presence you're in.
Yes. Obviously, we don't. Okay.
No, yeah, I know. Okay.
No,
Get your autograph now.
Yeah.
While
And
she's still
obviously
around.
A lot of magazines contacted me for features, and yeah, and I mean it's only really day 2.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's gonna pick up. All right, let's read some more comments. Josephson Nanyemba, just buy beers these days. So it's about 4 months now that people of Walfish Bay are without alcohol. Sure. Yes, they have been without alcohol since we initially went into lockdown. Legal alcohol anyway.
Yeah, legal alcohol.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Gregory Paka Amonde saying the movement of Walfish Bay is too much and the residents don't want to adhere to stage 1 lockdown regulations. So I guess they take the virus slightly for granted. And I think that is the most volatile area right now. Everybody is waiting to see sort of how the situation develops in Walfish Bay, because there are so many, not so many, but there are some cases of suspected, community transmission, or at least, at the very least, local transmission, where people are being infected here. So, it's one that we're going to continue to watch very closely. Paulo Montana Carpo. When will these presenters start wearing their mask? You live streaming national preaching about wearing masks while yourself don't have one.
You saw.
Practice what you preach, guys.
It's here. My mask is here.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Look, there's nobody here.
Yeah.
There's nobody here.
We can't infect anybody here.
1 meter.
I'm kind of drinking coffee, so I'll put it on.
Come on. Can I put it on after my coffee?
Coffee is Maria's excuse. Okay? Yeah.
Me, I'm following my role model. Yes.
Okay.
Dankie Gau says, schools are set to reopen soon for the young ones. I am wondering how Erongo region is prepared as they have a high infection rate. Kama Wuhan Bay. Lost off of Alpha's Day. Simon Amushira, car was not a problem in 1980 as long as, by drinking, you are okay. As you miskin alcohol can go up, she fine.
Yeah.
Car or not car is not a problem. Arts mense, chase mekaar op die livestream, private each other toch. We got more important things to discuss, like the fish rot inmates.
What happened?
With fish rot? I don't know. Did something happen to the fish rot guy?
No, I think
not that I know of.
I think I just saw the headline in one of the dailies today that one of the dailies are basically featuring SWAPO being questioned at the moment. The party is being questioned. Why are the parties so mum on the fact that more and more people are basically unearthed due to fish rot, and the party remains silent.
I heard that people so scared.
Even though Tate Mike obviously made it very clear on instructions that certain monies needed to go to certain people.
Yeah, but the problem is the person he pinpointed is in prison with him.
Yeah.
That's Tate Mike's issue. Of course, the party should be accountable, but what I was going to say is I heard that people are so scared. This web is so huge that people are so scared that they kind of stopped eating when the investigations against the other like, oops, I might because they're scared for the trace.
For to be linked to the fish.
Yes, exactly, and they are linked. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Since we're on the SWAPO, you guys are not talking about SWAPO changing its what? I mean,
SWAPO what?
The amendment of its constitution for no more independent candidates.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I briefly saw something like that.
Yeah. So they tightened. We said it was going to happen. I don't know if you guys remember after the Itula and we're here in studio, and I said, look, there's never going to be another independent candidate from that party. Let's just be very clear.
Presidential candidate.
Another one, exactly, because they're going to kind of tighten the screws, and as I predicted, they've tightened the screws.
But like, how are you going to stop me?
Well, if it's against the constitution,
Party
the party
policy.
constitution.
Oh, you're going to kick me out of the party?
Yes,
Yeah.
You can't.
You're gonna
You
be
can't
out.
run as a party member.
Okay, fine. I don't have the membership card per se.
No, but everybody that has done independently does have a membership. They are SWAPO members. All of them. And I'm
Yes.
talking about all of the independent candidates.
Itula included.
Itula included, yes.
Knowledge Ipinga included.
Yeah. Only
No,
the girl
no.
at Ondangwa, I'm not sure about her.
Look, my question is right. Itula not having, for instance, the membership card. Let's say he had relinquished it.
Yeah.
Do you think that would have stopped him from running?
No, of course not.
No, it's not about what stops you from running. It's like it's trying to get popularity, because you need to remember that a lot of people also vote along the party lines.
Yes.
So it's like you're independent, but because you're not an official or you're not an opposition,
Yeah.
that you're still considered SWAPO, because then you're not betraying the SWAPO brand. Okay.
I'll vote for Judas, not for Jesus. I'm
You
still
know,
Christian.
I mean, if you want to be extreme about it, but yes, this is ultimately why they were benefiting. It's easy to run on the SWAPO ticket as an independent candidate than to run, because if you're going to run, otherwise you're going to have to form a party, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yeah.
You're going to have
run
to garner that
with
support
a
from
party.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Interesting. Interesting.
yeah, and it's also
Interesting,
very very disingenuous to pretend that Itula would have gotten the support that he got if he was if he was not
SWAPO.
Yeah.
No, but like, look, you won't erase his history with SWAPO. For instance, right, guys like Hidipo and Benulenga, who left the party and started,
Look how they did, not
their
so
own
well.
wings. No, but initially they did pretty good.
No,
not as good, not as good as it would. Like that 2009 election, RDP did really well.
They did not do well. Look, and when I say they did not do well, you need to remember Hidipo Mutenya was a very prominent figure in SWAPO.
Of the SWAPO party.
To the point that I actually think if he had run presidency against if it wasn't up to, because we know with Pohamba, Nuyoma got very involved in those politics, because that's the person he identified as his candidate.
Yeah.
But let's say Tadekulo had gotten out of the way.
And it was a fair race.
And it was a fair race. Hidipo would have won.
Yeah.
Within SWAPO, as a preferred candidate for vice president at the time. And then obviously in the elections, we might have seen numbers that we've never seen, not even with Hage.
Yeah.
Because he was just very popular. Understandable.
Yeah,
I loved him as well as a leader. Like he was just really, really great at what he did. Very smart man, very well spoken, understood. It was part of also like the constitution and think tank and just amazing. Didn't he even write the anthem?
Yeah.
Anyway,
you know most that controversy around the anthem, so
okay. Anyway, but yeah, he would have. So for when he left the party, I think that was the initial fear, like, oh, we have this very strong candidate.
Yeah.
But where he missed it was the popularity of
the party
itself.
But
it's not individuals. It's, you could give us a weak SWAPO president, like give us a Utoni Junior, Munchkin. Even Munchkin could be voted as the SWAPO president and still win.
because the party brand is very strong around.
It's much stronger than an individual.
Yeah. Back in the day, yes, I would agree with you. Like especially during the times of somebody like Hidipo when he was running.
It's changing.
I think right now there is a bit of a shift. It's not necessarily as strong that you think anybody can just leave the party and start their own thing and compete with the party.
Yeah.
Obviously, SWAPO is still a powerhouse as a brand and as a political party. But I think that narrative has slowly started to shift.
There was one thing I think with a Congress that basically that basically determined whether it's going to be Hidipo or Tate Pohamba. And we were really expecting Tate HH to take that.
Yes.
In
And
that Congress,
was Tate Nahas also part of that one?
No,
I think there were three of them.
Nahas wasn't part of it. It's basically the runoff was between the two of them. So and everybody still do consider the late HH as the uncrowned president of Namibia. So, but that's history. But this is where we are now.
Yeah, but Cubase, you mentioned something very, very important. I was going to also touch on that. Now, all good and well to amend the constitution against independent candidates. I guess, that's fine, perfectly fine.
The party protecting itself.
Yeah, party protecting itself. The issue I have is they didn't do anything. The SOPO is not tackling corruption with the same vigor, and they need to protect that brand. And right now, they're not. They're very. I think they seem to be under even though they got the lowest numbers in the previous election in the history of the party. It doesn't seem to have hit them, because for them it's just like, oh, we've won. They've seen it as a victory, not as a loss. Now, if you've gotten the lowest number to a point that you don't even have 2/3 majority in parliament, that's not a victory to you. I mean, it's time when you supposed to kind of step back and reflect and do a proper introspection of the party and say, why are these perceptions changing? Because it's not going to get better. Yeah, it's going to get people are more involved in politics. People have a lower tolerance for stuff like corruption now. People are just more vocal, politically, and it's a different generation as well.
And they have noticed that they are really struggling, especially the youth. They're supposed to have noticed that the youth is starting to break away.
Exactly, the youth is entering the fray, and you need to be important. Your loyal supporters are slowly dying out because it's the older generation.
It's an older generation we're talking about.
So I would think, at this point, the party will say, okay, look, for us to really secure it in 5 years' time, let us at least, if you are implicated of corruption, let there be disciplinary hearing within the party. Yeah. And you can be kicked out of the party even before it goes to court. Yeah. You understand? It makes no sense. Even today, with, for example, the fish rot in prison, they can still say they're SOPO. And they are. They wouldn't be wrong. Yes. The party hasn't expelled them. Yes. You understand? Katrina, who's been found guilty of corruption, is still in the party. Yeah. The party hasn't expelled her. And the party needs to start taking that very seriously, because they need to protect the brand. Yeah. And if they kind of just wishy-washy about their position on even being implicated, because they're not addressing it, by the way. It's that fish rot is quite literally the white elephant in the room where SOPO is concerned. Yeah. Everybody can see it, but nobody's talking about it. They're pretending it's not in the room. No, it's here. Tackle it, go back to your constitution, amend, become strict, take a no-zero stance.
Tolerance, towards it.
Yes, tolerance stance on corruption. And if you don't, I promise you, it's not going to get better in 2025. Yeah. In fact, you're going to have a very, very hard time, because the fish rot thing is not going to go away. We're not going to forget about it by 2025. In fact, we might be more charged.
Yes. I think we made it very clear, and I think the discussions, in late last year was a lot of names will be unearthed during 2020, people that could be linked to this fish, to fish rot. And it's slowly coming to the fore at this moment. And then, guys, we have this other element of Itula, Dr. Itula, that might start a new political party.
Is it going to be called Dr. Itula Political Party?
So it remains to be seen, if Itula starts his own political party, in terms of his followers that has been so vocal, I think, during the last election, presidential race, whether he would still be able to hold that level of support that he used to have.
No, but I think for Itula it was sort of the perfect storm. I don't think at any other point he would have been able to garner the kind of support that he did at any other election.
So it's not clear.
Yeah, I think you got one shot.
Yeah, I think it is finished, but also I think we're placing too much importance of him in the sense that anything could happen in 5 years. I actually foresee new people stepping up.
Yes.
And people that might be younger, maybe a little. For example, even if somebody like Job, and it's very possible, Job Amupanda. I'm zeroing in on him, even though he's been like, nah, I'm not. But I'm really zeroing in on him.
And you know, it's somebody you can galvanize.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's already doing it. He's already doing it. I think with Job is I don't think he likes to fail, and I think even if he doesn't win, it shouldn't feel like a loss for him. So it's also understanding timing. And I think he's very intentional in that sense, like looking at the right time to do things.
Yeah.
So people like Job could very well come up in the next 5 years, and he will have support that I think even Itula didn't manage. I mean, you need to remember Job stood behind Itula and also helped campaign for him, and I think that also kind of led to its success. And we see how people that are speaking more to power are gaining more importance. It's like how Swart Boy is or popularity. You know how Swart Boy is, as much as you don't like it, there's a level of, I like this. Parliament is interesting now.
These guys must stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, you must tell
but
them.
But there's a level of, people are charged, right?
Yeah.
And I think also with Job and his history with Saki and calling him corrupt before he was charged, that also gave him some more authority. He already had authority, but it increased his, as we will call them, popularity ratings in the States. It increased his popularity ratings. And that is somebody to definitely watch out for. But not only him, just like Itula came on the scene the last 3 months before election.
Sure. Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, somebody as well somebody we're not even looking at, could just pop up and just get it right. Just speak, because it's really about speaking to the hearts of the people. And when you're fed up, oh my gosh, it's easy to speak to people.
But also maybe on the other hand, I think maybe it could be that Itula was also just very lucky that, in conjunction with his wave, I think the fish rod saga,
it's perfect storm.
Basically,
everything just was sort of working in his favor. Yeah.
That basically also propelled him to the level that he,
of course, timing.
had.
Timing
was right.
Yeah,
timing was right.
And of course, he was vocal about the elections and election fraud and stuff even before the elections. For some people, that was perceived as this is the guy.
But at the end, Agaba prevailed.
Yeah. Simon Andrizi. People hating on Swapo for no reason. Where are these people? Show them to us.
True. People just hate on Swapo for no reason.
Not hating Swapo. People hate corruption.
Oh.
Yes. Stop being like like you're in a cult.
That's
basically.
Loyalty. Right there.
Yeah. They'll always be there.
Miriam made it very clear. Fire. Miriam made a lot of things clear this morning. The way Maria talks about fish rod. Maria, have you dated any fish rod gangster?
You guys are getting very old. It's so, let me be very clear, it's so boring at this point, okay? So very boring.
True talk, Maria, they need to deal with it on a party level. I dislike the way of their corruptions. The lady is talking the truth. I love you, baby girl, with a lot of harkies.
Who's that?
It's Ian van Maria's groupies.
Groupies?
Yeah.
Groupies is not.
No, she's a girl.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Groupies carry you.
Groupie, there's a sexual connotation. I'm sure you guys don't
not that kind of sexual connotation, no.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Maria is not Minora Blade. She does not cut both ways. Or maybe she does. I don't know. Lucia Shivede, why? What is this? Just that dislike. Why I dislike their way, if corruption, you see your child every day breaking a neighbor's window, you just ignore, but the neighbor is angry. Same here, we voters see and cause of opportunity party 2020 parliament, our eyes eat, are wide open days of suffering is over, I think.
Is it
whatever?
Do you need glasses? I don't know.
No, it's not me.
My English is either out the window this morning.
No, I was reading it word for word, guys.
No, but even if you read it word by word, it should have made sense. I couldn't connect any of those words into a sentence.
Okay, well, like I will Google translate that message now and then we'll get back to it. For now, we move on. Maria, I will make an appointment with you when I visit Namibia. I would like to do a photo shoot in the Himba attire. That's a shoot that's on my bucket list.
Yes, I actually did one before with a woman in a Himba. Not a Himba woman, a woman
in a Himba
garment for her birthday. It was a very good shoot. Yeah, come through.
You are almost, you know,
model.
Yeah, a Himba model.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Cubase, I'm just saying, we know the area of Opua very well.
Yes, we can help navigate for you guys.
Driving, you can't go with your A3. So we will drive you guys up there. And
stand and hold the reflector during the shoot.
Forbes. By resolution of this, it's either prison sentence or assassination. You sing, you die.
Hey. We've been speculating.
The elephant in the room. Thank you, Kausas. Swapo got money from the fish rod. It's gonna be Tiburas opat.
Somebody's drilling.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting case. Thinking of studying law because of this case.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know, if you start now, you might be one of the lawyers in the court because this might go on for a long time. It's so sad how people are saying people are not adhering to regulations in Walfish Bay. So many industries are considered essential, and these industries employ thousands of people, and these people all walk home. Plus, Walfish Bay has a population of approximately, 100,000, and these people move to the shops that are open. I mean, if you don't want to see people in the streets, just shut down everything. But that would be unrealistic. You know, I both agree and disagree with you. Windhoek has a population of over 250,000, and when we were in lockdown, you could see that there was a lockdown.
Yeah, no, we felt it.
Yes.
It was like a ghost town. Yeah.
Yes. So, you know.
And I'm speaking from because we were essential services.
Yes, we were working, so we were moving every day.
You could see it. I was getting to work in half the time.
Yes.
And it's just the streets were empty.
Yeah. People were staying at home. So yeah, I take your 100,000 and I raise 250. Who know? Lucia Shiveda, fish rod is Swapo rod. Yes, all eat. All of them eat. Okay. Common sense, please. We can't hear when the presenters have masks on Losnet. They get screened before they step into studio.
We actually do, but we actually really do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dadas. Don J. Mwandi.
Yeah, Don.
Wash Coco. You know what is wash
Thank
Coco?
You for that, because we do get screened, and we do sanitize, and it's true what you say. It feels like we're mumbling if we have our masks on.
Morning.
What was your degrees this morning?
36.
Oh.
Dika is saying morning, guys. H Neville, gooi vars go black op die Bart brada.
Salni vars.
Yes, lost by salt and pepper.
You'll soon make it big like Trevor Noah Maria from Dino Ramos.
Oh, thank you. I receive.
Nah, why is it only the light-skinned people that are making it to the US? What is wrong with us black people?
That was all weird.
Oh man. Lupin Tulimeka, congrats Maria. Congratulations Maria. Fly from Glenda Bailey as well.
Thank you.
Well done girl. A lot of congratulatory
I appreciate that. I'll go have a look at them individually.
Yeah, congratulations.
Stuur toch op die groep.
Dinoshinge Numbembe, morning all. Just came back from thrashing my mahangu. I miss my favorite morning radio and crew.
No.
While we're still here, Kama made it in live. Congratulations, woman.
I'm here every morning, but my shoots, my picture got featured on Vogue. Now I made it in live, right? Correct.
Keba Mokhatle. I hope commerce to be specific, won't ever have to go to stage 1, and then your message just disappears.
Fingers crossed for that. I don't think I would function again very well.
I think it's probably inevitable. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have any
but
insider
information. But do you think we would go
information.
back to like strict lockdown or?
I'm okay with the stages that we are going through at the moment, but I would get very nervous if we're going to be opening up our borders. That would be, I know there are a lot of people within, especially the hospitality industry, who obviously can't wait for our borders to open, but I'm not ready for that personally.
We can keep the borders closed, but if the virus is already running amok in the society, then closed borders or open borders makes no difference. I mean, for now, we are still at the stage where maybe we've had 1 or 2 cases of local transmission, but no community transmission. So we are doing reasonably well. Let's hope it stays this way. Asseblief, Wildfish Bay. Asseblief. Teken onze school of hy straf die hele klas. As net een promise. So
like
please.
in a soccer team or rugby team, if there's one player who keeps on cheating, every the whole team gets the brunt. So.
Oh yeah, Marco, let's talk about the second case of racial remarks by the lady from Caribbean. Penny Nashongo watching from Bentuk. Some white people are racist, bro. What is there to be said still? Okay. Well done, Maria. I saw your cover tops. And Cubase, I saw Wildfish Bay has many industries that are considered as essential. So I said, okay, meaning all these people are still going to work. Also, consider that the population is in a smaller space than Bentuk. Understood. It's more concentrated over a small space, I guess. Shucks, you should stop harassing me there. We are going to report you to better yet, we are going to report you to Fabian. Raymond Basso. Oh, the Friday photo shoot. That was postponed to Monday, no?
Oh, the Friday photo shoot.
Yeah.
You're doing the photo shoot today. What time? Like now, 10ish?
No, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll be home by then, so I'll just pop over to see what the photo shoot is like.
Erwin Kawere is got an interesting comment here. I hate to say it. I think SWAPO is rebranding towards a thing to listen more and be more flexible. I think the previous election reminded them that they are not invincible and they need fluidity to decide.
In what sense? I'm very curious. How are they?
I don't know. Maybe.
I believe, Maria, I'm about to show, I'm speaking in the direction. I believe about a month ago or whatever, there was a little in doubt at the party.
On the birthday party.
Was it? Please. No, it wasn't the birthday party. There was another Indaba that I somewhere read about that. They did a little bit of postmortem.
Okay.
Ek het niks gefidget. So, yeah.
Postmortem on what?
On the elections.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, there was a postmortem apparently as to what went wrong.
Who was there?
The structure. Maybe the top 6.
Look,
Including Theo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything right now that kind of made me think, wow, these guys are really trying. Hey, they really understand rebranding there, because everything is just like, even when they ask about the SOPO, their headquarters, it's like it's our money that we took from our companies and stuff like that. And yes, it is your money, and yes, you took it from the company, but I mean, it doesn't look to have this big building next to the Katutura across that's the opposite, you know. So you need as a party to become very conscious in your ways and understand, even if it's party money or whatever. A lot of it also comes from us, because I try and tell you that in Parliament, for every seat you get, you get a
little bit of money.
A little bit of money from the state.
Yes.
So it's not just SWAPO money; it's also my money.
And also, I mean, if we are running the country and our economy is in the state that it is, things like our hospitals are in the state that they are, our education, our schools are in the state that they are, how do you tell me no? No. My company is fine. My company I'm running profitably. Mm-hmm. The country which I'm running simultaneously, however, which has much more resources.
So people are complaining about sound. Like it keeps like maybe 3-4 messages now.
Yeah, but so you run the party profitably, but then you run the country into a deficit.
Yeah.
And you are just blatant about it. So anyway, kom ons lees 'n paar comments before we go.
Yeah, lees 'n paar comments.
SWAPO is not corrupt. It's people who are in SWAPO.
No, then what is the party without
the
people?
The people are the party. The party is the people. That's what they tell us, right?
Yeah.
The people are SWAPO.
It's it. Okay, please, let's just take the people in the party out of the equation. What do we have left if there are no people?
Just the brand.
It's just the brand.
Like Swart Boy identified, says Nicholas Gara Kayango, NDF is a SWAPO army.
Hey.
Apparently they can't hear us. Sound is low. Again, these are new comments that just came in.
That are just coming in. Well, I didn't touch anything. Everything here is exactly as it was. So I hope the backroom staff are busy. But anyway, we're stepping out of the studio now.
Yeah, come as cheap.
Martin M. Tony fra Neville, when you drove to Okanja on Saturday, did you see any yellow traffic cameras? Check it now. Now they are coming.
You're not getting it. I'm happy Maria is not getting it.
Almost a tender yellow traffic cameras.
Hey.
Informanté the story.
Yeah, we did run the story.
Yeah.
Okay, it was really a great day today. It's 22 minutes past 9. We love you. We'll be back. The sound is very bad today.
Yeah, apparently we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
I couldn't hear your comments, so we just have to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the Monday. Don't forget, between 12 and 1, Tatinawanes and Hannes Kaufman will be joining you on the hour, streaming live on Informanté Radio on Facebook as well. We out.
Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age.